my name is Tep, and today I'm going to tell you about amazing mini bees. There are a million kinds of mini bees around the world. They come in many shapes, size, and color. Some can be big, some can be small, some have a lot of eyes, some can have a thousand of legs. Now, a lot of different kind of insects around the world. So how many legs does a butterfly have? And what invertebrate have a home on its backs? Let's find out. This is the first part. It's insect senses. Most insects have two very big eyes. They are not big as our eyes, but probably they're big.
In comparison with their
in comparison with our eyes,
their heads,
it's very big. But those eyes can't see well. They don't just have two eyes. They have thousands of eyes, like a monster. Yeah, some insects can have a lot of small eyes forming together, those two eyes making them 100 of eyes. Yeah. Some insects have extra eyes, but they only have 3 extra eyes, and those are on the head. And they can only use for seeing the light and dark. Some insects have antenna on their head, and they use antenna to feel things. They also use the antenna to communicate. That's later. They also use it for smelling too. For smelling. Yeah. They use it for smelling and other stuff too. Do you know a butterfly takes nectar from the flower, and it uses the tongue. What does the tongue called? And the tongue is called the proboscis. And the proboscis is a very long tongue of a butterfly. Butterfly stretches its tongue, it's very long. But when the butterfly stretch its tongue, so there's no way the tongue is going back to its throat, because the tongue is going to stick outside. If the tongue is very long, it must come from the belly, and that is a bit weird. So the tongue will stick outside and will turn a loop. Yeah, not yet. The butterfly use it also for smelling things. Feelings? I know. These insects will probably they use the parts of the bodies, not these things, to feel. It's very weird to hear about that. Yeah, the butterfly also uses its tongue to pick up food, like solid foods, like nuts, piece of nuts, insects, or crumbs of cookies, I think. Most insects have ears. Insects have ears, but not on the head. It's on the leg, on the knees. Let's imagine that there's a monster of no eyes, have an eye but no ears, but ears on their knees, like a cricket or a grasshopper. They have ears on their knees. I think I think a grasshopper have up to 6 ears because it has 6 legs and each leg has 6 ears, so it must have 6 ears. 1 ear, 6 ears, and other animals and other millipedes have 6 ears too. Let's move to the next one. It's communication. The millipedes communicate to each other. Female and male millipedes communicate to have a date, and sometimes make the young, even youngs, communicate to the parents, so they can tell the parents that they are hungry, angry, sleepy, sad, or sometimes all of them. And the parents let them know what to do. Sometimes the young also have to communicate with their parents to live. That's the main point. Or sometimes to tell the parents they're in danger. Different millipedes communicate in different ways. Like a grasshopper, it communicates with making songs by hitting its legs. They use it by making sounds, for using sounds. Some insects communicate by using smell, like moth, that it can spray liquids out of its abdomen, which that it can abdomen and the abdomen, and those liquids can spread for 10 kilometers. That's very long. And to search for a mate. Some insects communicate with light, like fireflies, of course, and they use the light from the abdomen. And females and males fireflies use light to talk to each other. Some insects communicate by giving the information. Like an ant. Whenever 2 ants go together, they just nod. But once one ant have a message, it will use the antenna and touch the 2 antenna to the other and give the information. The ants sometimes give information where foods, supplies, enemy or danger, or homes. Sometimes, there's a lot of things. But talking of giving, scientists have make a helmet, and the helmet have two antenna, and then when they usually have 2 people to work, and when there's also a screen on the helmet to let a person wear on it, and when the person communicate, like say nothing but using the brain, they can use the brain to say like hello, and the word hello appears on the screen. That the screen knows what do the people think. But I'll tell you, this is real. Some scientists make that helmet, and both humans and animals, not insects like these, can try. Like a monkey, they are small creatures though, so scientists test them first. Then there's not a screen anymore, the helmet with a glass on it, and and the scientists have pictures of animals, and which like a crocodile, bear, a deer, a rabbit, a worm, and cockroach, much more. And they take a random picture and put it in the glass, like a snake to a monkey, and the monkey and the monkey's brain absorb the picture of the snake, and know it's scared and shows the feelings. Not all of that. Though they can show the feeling of happiness, sadness, madness, or loneliness. Yes, that's how scientists can know what fears those living things. You know, there's Do you know that? Some insects communicate using their moves, and like a bee. When a bee found a safe place to live with the other bees and the queen bee. And when the bee fly back, it will meet the other bees and communicate with the antenna. Then all the other bees listen, and the bees. This is a bit hard to explain. That the bee that find a place to stay use dance. Like, for example, the way to the nest to the place where the bee have found is straight, left, right, straight, loop, and then spots. It's here. And the bee also uses the dance move of going straight, left, right, loop, and here they have arrived. That's how they communicate with that way. And all the bees go to the bees. And the bee that found the place is in the lead. And they just go to the safe place. And they all live. And that is something I can tell you about Amazing Mini Bees Part 2. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.